Hey guys, it's Friday, January 3rd. I'm up here in Virginia on I-81, just south of Witherville. And I just tell you, it's so unbelievable how fast the weather changes. I mean, it went from worse than this, then I pulled over to like sunny skies, and it just seemed like a matter of minutes. Foggy with the snow, wind blowing snow so thick, the flurries that you can't even see. So this is my first winter driving for this the 2024-25 season. So I've been very, very, very fortunate. You know, it really makes you focus, and just gotta be careful, guys. Don't mess around with your phones. Don't be doing no texting, that kind of shit. They're just really, really rough and scene here. I need to get myself some new wipers. I kind of knew I usually prepare for it, but I got windshield washer fluid there. I mean, it's not super cold. I think it's around 30 or something like that, but gosh, with the wind chill factor and the speed driving, it's really freezing up. So I don't know how long I'm going to drive, as long as it's daylight and I can see. I'm actually fortunate. I'm heading to Laredo, Texas. So the south I go, the more south I go, the better the weather should be getting. But there's this cold pocket of snow, possible ice, freezing temperatures. So they're supposed to experience some type of power outages here with the freezing rain on the trees and power lines. And as the trees fall with the weight of the ice, frozen ice, it's going to take out some power lines. Thank God I have a good boss that he's looking out for me and his benefit as well. And we're just trying to get out of this, get some miles, keep the truck rolling. You know, he did the best he could to get me this type of load, so I'll experience a little bit, but I don't mind as long as the daylight's there and the ground is clear enough and I can see. That's all I can ask for. I just know I'm probably going to have a big headache when I do decide to pull over for the night. Because knowing me, I'll probably push it to where it's time to get off the road, and then there'll be a shortage of parking spots. So the last truck stop I was at, I'd stopped for about an hour. I got myself a nice cheese broccoli soup. I got to pay attention to the weather a little bit, and then I paid attention to my eyes and I saw the skies cleared up. I was almost going to shut down there, and I knew it would have been too early, but let's see if I can get some of this windshield washer to clear it up a little bit for you guys. But the skies cleared up, and I said, you know what? If I can get myself, if I could get myself another 50, 60, 100 miles, maybe even 200. I mean, that would be really, really good. Now, I'm not going to break my neck to get it. If the road conditions and the weather conditions allow me to drive, I'm going to do it, because I'm going to go in some congestion places. I'm going to hit, after I pass Bristol, I'm going to try to work my way to Knoxville, and then from Knoxville, take 40 to the 75, and take 75 south to the 24 on Chattanooga, and just after passing Chattanooga, there's 59 south, and that's, I mean, I didn't match it up with the map of weather conditions, but I think, right, if I could make it there, I should be kind of like in the home stretch, outer banks of these weather conditions. So it should be my little safe haven over there. Now again, if I have to shut down sooner, so be it. My load's not due till Monday. Ooh, I can hear those winds. Initially, our load was supposed to be 44,000 pounds, but when I got to the shipper, he's telling me, unless his paperwork is wrong, it's only 16,000. Now, when you have poor weather conditions like this, believe it or not, it's better for you to have more weight, because with the high winds, that kind of stuff, it keeps you a little bit more stable. Now, me, when the weather condition starts to get sour and bad, you got to slow down. You got to allow a lot more cushion room in front of you. It gives you more times to react. So whenever people flying by me, I feel bad for them because they're over driving the weather and road conditions. But to me, look at I got a good almost eighth of a mile to a quarter mile distance in front of me. So that allows me to see what's going on with the drivers in front of me, their headlights, you know, if they're hitting the brake lights, I mean the tail lights. So if they're hitting their tail lights and it's lighting up like a Christmas tree, I know that just like what I'm doing now as I'm going downhill, I take my foot off the accelerator, I cover my brake, which means I'm just lightly touching it, you know, just seeing if there's any, you know, pulling to one side or another. Keep the brake a little bit heated like that, because with these wet conditions, ice can form pretty quickly on your brakes and or get into your drums in the trailer. So when you shut down and it freezes, it can freeze on the set brake position. So you really want to be real careful. A good trick to do is after you're parked for the night, if you're on level ground and you're not heavy, just set your tractor brakes on and wait a while before you set your trailer brakes. Because again, that moisture gets inside your drums, and if you set your brakes, the moisture is going to freeze, and it'll freeze with your brakes set. So in the morning when you try to release them, you're going to have to get under there, maybe use a hammer, bang, or you're going to be dragging some tires for a little bit if you're not aware. So you really want to be careful with that. That's part of your winter driving stuff. Been a while since I drove in snow. I've been real fortunate the last few years. So, you know, it's kind of like riding a bicycle, but there's different variables. You're in a different vehicle, different trailer, you know, different locations, different temperatures, and you gotta really pay attention to everything. So, being I'm in Virginia and Tennessee, I'm gonna have quite a few ups and downs on the mountains. So you really want to be careful and not let the truck get away from you, because it's going to be a lot harder to slow down if you're hitting patches of ice. So right now you got to have the mindset that you're almost driving on ice. You don't want to do any sudden things. You don't want to turn the wheel too quick, jam the brakes too hard. You really want to refrain from using the cruise control and the Jake brakes, because the Jake brakes just work on your drive tires. So, that means that you're using the middle of your truck to stop, and that could cause a catastrophe, because the middle of your truck wants to stop, but your trailer doesn't, and your trailer can skid to the left or right side and jackknife the whole truck and trailer. So you gotta pay close attention. I don't know how you guys hear me. I know there's a little vibration and some noise in the background. I really apologize for that. I got some glasses or so. I'm gonna do a better job of keeping my dash a little bit more clear. So we really had patches of real heavy clouds. We're dropping some strong flurries, and then it ease up a little bit. I guess they'll blow over a little bit, part of the storm. So right now it's really manageable. Still got some daylight out there, so you can see pretty clear. Earlier, for about 20, almost 25 minutes, it was very, very bad. I was off the highway and I barely could see 3 car lights in front of me. I had to put the hazards on, and everybody was staying somewhat behind me, even though it was 2 lanes, and the Brave and the Bold were passing me, and fortunately they had their hazards on, so as they got a little bit further ahead of me, I was able to keep an eye on them and keep that cushion room. But I thought it was going to stay like that the whole time. That's why I was contemplating about pulling over for the night. This is one of those circumstances where if you shut down early, you can experience worse conditions for driving the following day. Because any wet moisture with the freezing temperatures overnight, unless it was treated right and there was a lot of traffic, you're definitely going to have patches to large pieces of ice. And you know how they say the small bridges, the overpasses, they freeze quicker. So if you're going over an overpass that is underneath you there, that air, wind underneath will freeze that sooner. So you really got to pay attention. This is one of those deals that you really don't want to be on the phone yip-yapping. People, whoever you're talking to is in another location. They don't see the driving conditions you have. They may say something, you may get upset at, and now you're losing focus because you're having to react and divide and split your attention with some idiot on the phone, and it's not good. This is where, I know it's safe for me to record because I have all my faculties. I'm paying attention. I'm kind of multitasking here. If you see, I'm still, as cars pass in front of me, the speed I'm driving, they're going to put a gap in between us the further they drive, and more cushion room. And that's what it's really all about, because that more cushion room gives me more time to react. That's what you want. I don't know why people are feeling like they're in a race and they want to get ahead and pass. And you see a lot of the truck drivers come out, the super truck drivers, think like they're going to make time, and they run up on cars, riding their bumpers, and it's not good, because you never know the mentality of that driver in that car in front of you. A lot of the times it could be some scared new driver. They don't know how to react. You're betting that they're gonna know, hey, let me get out of this guy's way, but you may be putting more fear on them. And you could cause an accident by trying to intimidate somebody. So you got to leave that shit, knock that shit off, man. You know, if you got a little anger, you know, it's a Friday, you're approaching the weekend. I don't care if you're angry at your check wasn't right, you're angry at your boss, something happened. Now you're driving with that anger on the road with icy conditions, snowing, heavy traffic, just nonsense, foolishness. Guys, if that sounds like you, just get off the road. Do yourself and everybody else. You start seeing snowplows out here, it's getting serious. They're ready to treat the road. All right, looks like we got a trooper in the middle here. He's a plain black rapper. Somebody got stuck. Oh, that's the plow. That truck is pulled over on the on-ramp. You need not to be there, buddy. You're in the wrong fucking place. Keep in mind, guys, when it snows like this, you can't see where the concrete and the asphalt ends, and probably dirt, sidewalks, or ditches begin. So pay close attention to that. You don't know, sometimes the snow can overcome the guardrail, and you just think it's a little lump of snow, and it could be a tree behind it, it could be a guardrail or a vehicle. So gotta play it smart. Sign says we're about 33 miles from Bristol. Now I know Tennessee's expecting to get hit hard too, with cold weather and snow and all that kind of stuff. So if I can keep it moving for 2 more hours, get about 120 miles under my belt, that would probably be optimal. Now if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with it too. I'm ahead on this load. It's about 1,500 miles. Let's see how much left. 1,400 miles. That's 2 days of driving. And a little bit left over for Monday. We're good. You want to make sure your coolant is topped off. You don't have any coolant leak, because if not, or you might even just be low on it, your heater may not work, so your feet may get frozen. You may not be able to defrost your windshield if you don't have windshield washer fluid enough. You may not be able to clean your windows at the worst possible time. So this is stuff that's really, really, really important to keep up on this. When you get a chance, you also want to clean the inside of your window. This way you don't have any glares from the dirt accumulated on the inside of your window. You want to clean your lights, tail lights, truck brake lights. You want to make sure you clean that, because the salt on the ground that they laid to defrost the ice from forming, it'll accumulate and it kind of dries like a dirty stain, and it'll make your lights not as bright, so people can't see you if you're hitting your brake lights. They can't see your tail lights on. They can't see if you're making a turn, your hazards. Keep this all in mind. You want to be seen. The number one thing that pisses me off, whether it's winter driving or driving in the rain or just on a clear night, is those people that drive with those automatic lights, headlights. So their headlights will be on, but the taillights aren't on. So they'll drive by you and you barely see them. Or if they're driving slow and you're coming up on them, you may see their headlights in front of them, but you won't see those taillights. So I think it should be just like how it is in Canada. Canada made a law that back in, I guess, may even be before the 90s, but right around the 90s is when I noticed it, that as soon as you turn your car on, the lights come on automatically. And not just the headlights, the tail lights, so people can see you. So you cannot forget to turn your lights on. Now, if you're a police vehicle, investigator, or something like that, FBI, you might not want that. So they should get some type of, what do you call it, special option to not have that in. I forget what they call it. I think you guys can finish that sentence for me. But other than that, turn on your key, or even have it set. You turn your wipers on, the lights come on automatically. It just makes for safer driving, because you know that the driver can see, and other drivers can see that driver because the headlights are on and working, and the tail lights too. So that pisses me off, you know, when the weather condition's bad and you got cars driving in it and they don't have their lights on. So I don't know what United States is waiting for. I think it's real important to have that. I wonder if it's something stupid and they don't want cars' bulbs to be burning out. You never know. And drivers have to change them more frequently. Passing the petrol here. Yeah, you got trucks pulled over on the on-ramp when there's a truck stop and it looked like there was parking there. See, to me is when it's adverse weather, it should be implemented that the truck stops cannot charge for parking. This way, guys will come off the road and go into those truck stops. You got a lot of cheap guys out here. And don't get me wrong, I'm somewhat one of them, but what I mean by is I don't like paying for truck parking. To me, that's one of the biggest, I don't want to say scams, but rip-offs. You know, we purchase a lot of fuel from the truck stops. They make quite a bit from us. And to sit there and charge guys $20, $25 a day for parking while you're in there spending money, you know, that's why I focus my business. I give my business as much as I can to Love's. Now, I can't buy a lot of fuel from Love's because the app that my boss wants me to use, we use a lot of small mom and pop places for the fuel, but I'll go in there, use their showers. I'll go in there and buy food, other merchandise in there. Some of the restaurants that they have there, I enjoy. So I'll do it that way. Because Love's, I have not seen a Love's truck stop charge for parking. Now, I hope they're not just waiting, or later on they're going to force to. But Love's is not really more a sit-down place, even though they have some big ones that have some fast food restaurant with seating there. So to me, the Love's is kind of like the 7-Eleven for cars. They're open 24 hours for you. You know, you can go in there, use the bathroom, get some food. Sometimes they have some of the fast food restaurants like McDonald's. So you're in and out of there, and that's it. If you need more time to that, drivers, you use a truck parking lot, you know. They don't charge for parking, so there's no excuse, man. Just don't tie up a fuel island, because now with the winter driving, you got guys running in there probably need death, or need to get their windows clean, or need washer fluid or oil or coolant, so they need to run in and out. So if you're going to do that, at least be courtesy and pull forward and don't block the fuel island. So as long as the fuel island's open behind you, you know, that'll give you a little bit of time. So whatever you need to do, you know, 15, 20 minutes, it's, you know, you're kind of pushing the outer limits of the amount of time you need to be in that fuel island. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of it myself, so I'm going to raise my hand right now, but we need to be considerate as a whole group of truck drivers, you know. So pull your truck forward, gives you a little bit more time, you know. Now, if it's not busy, that's one thing. And what I try to do is I'll try to use the furthest fuel island, closest a lot of times to the CAT scale. This way, other drivers, maybe handicapped drivers or guys with impaired, with a cane or something like that, or older drivers, they can get to the truck stop a little bit quicker. You know, and it's better for your health too. You make yourself walk a little further when the truck stops. Front doors are a little further away. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions to myself. By the way, Happy New Year's to everybody. Is I want to try to get a little bit more activity under my belt to help lose a little weight, be a little bit more in shape. Because there's times I have a load that's I have to take my 10-hour break, wake up, and basically use a bathroom, wash your mouth, wash your ass, brush your teeth, whatever you're gonna do, and get yourself something to eat, and you got to start driving. So those type of trips make it pretty difficult to get in some extra walking. So when you keep doing trips like that back to back to back, you know, your back muscles can start getting a little bit weak, your leg muscles as well, your calorie burning starts dropping down a little bit. So you know, it all correlates together. So I hope you guys can hear me well. I'm trying to raise my voice a little bit here and see what we got. Man, if I could get 100 more miles in, that would be so good. I don't know if it's going to happen. There's a little daylight in between the cracks of the clouds, so we keep it rolling. But other than that, guys, I'm trying to grow my channel. So if you like my content, I got a bunch of videos. Trying to build my subscriber base as well. If you see something and you think it's funny or informative, please like it, and I suggest you share with another person that probably could use it or need a laugh or whatever it is, because that'll help the algorithms, you know, push out some more of my content more, and we can grow my subscriber base. I think I just broke 2,400. I know it's a spit in a bucket. There's people want hundreds of thousands and millions, but trust me, they all started somewhere, and we get a couple a day here, there. Some days are better than others. I notice if I have a really, really good content, I could pick up a bunch of subscribers that way. So what I do is I don't limit my content to one type of category, even though I'm a truck driver. There's some funny things I see or make or news, try to share it, and sometimes post some videos. Sometimes it's a short, sometimes it's a longer video, but give it a shot. You know, some of my longer videos, you know, they are kind of long, so that might be the time if it's late at night and you can't sleep and you want something to help put you to sleep. Watch one of my videos. You know, I'll see what I can do to help you fall asleep. But if they don't put you to sleep, that means they're entertaining. And you know, message me. I check I check the comments every time I get a comment on any of the videos. When it comes to likes, I can't see who initially left that. So what you want to do is leave some type of comment, and I'll have an idea of who you are, and I try to always respond back when I can. Bristol, for you guys that don't know, that's the Motor Speedway. So you guys that are into NASCAR racing and that kind of stuff, you know where it is. I think also one of the ESPN offices are here in Bristol. So I hear them mention that once in a while. So that's kind of cool. Oh man. So today is Friday, we got paid. So I'm looking forward to probably hitting Walmart and get some of my shopping in. Really behind. Oh, this guy's got snow all over his car. And I know some states have laws with that. Even though it's less than an inch, he can't see. He's blowing snow all over the place. And the guys have that sheet of ice and stuff on their car, and they're driving, and they figure, well, let the wind blow it off. What happens is, car in front of you is not a problem, but the car behind you, when that ice kicks up and starts going 20, 30, 40 feet in the air, and it comes back like a guillotine, it could crack somebody's windshield, cause an accident, or hit a pedestrian. You never know. So you want to be cautious with that. For us in the big trucks, I see it all the time. A trailer was parked somewhere, they got 4, 5, 6 inches of snow on top of the trailer. Then the sun was melting some of the snow, and then at nighttime it froze, and now you got shears of ice all from the front to the back of that trailer. So you want to pay attention. That's why, like I said, the best thing you can do for yourself, more cushion room, okay? It allows you more time to react. You can assess, should I slow down? Should I switch lanes? Should I speed up? So I'm seeing some flashing lights reflecting off of that trailer ahead of me, about 1/8 of a mile, and it looks like it's coming off of some type of flatbed, maybe oversized load. I thought it was emergency vehicle or a tow truck. That's what it is. Now you have these fools here in the right lane, okay? So really close to each other. They feel comfortable. They drive in packs like that. You got one guy hitting the brake wrong, skid out. He's going to take all you with him. All you guys with him. And so it's actually a tow truck. Towing a bobtail backwards. Yes, I was right. It's driving nice and slow. Safe, nice and slow. So now again, with the wet conditions and the temperatures just right for all this crap to freeze, in the morning you want to be real careful. You might not want to be the first driver out of the truck stop driving. Let some traffic get out there. Let the sun heat up the ground a little bit, and take it from there. Now, again, I understand you may be pressed and you have a delivery, so you got to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, you are the captain of the ship, and your company should give you the leeway to decide if it's safe enough to roll or it's not. And if it's not, they shouldn't give you any problems. Now this guy's acting a fool next to me. He's a super trucker. He's gonna ride the guy's ass in front of him. Oh yeah, super trucker. this way tomorrow, I guarantee you he's going to have some problems and some explaining to do. Winds are kind of kicking up a little bit, so I kind of regret not having that heavier load in my trailer box. So I was looking on the news a little bit, and it looks like there's going to be a borderline going east to west where that storm kind of like is just going to hover above. So once I can get underneath that line, I think there still may be cold temperatures, but road conditions and driving are going to be a lot more manageable. More traffic out there, covering the brake right now, slowing down a little bit. Wow, we're 2 hours away from Knoxville. I didn't think it was that far. So we got 2 hours to it. So I guess I want to get my ass wants to get on to the 75. Now the good thing about being on the main roads is they're gonna put more attention with the snow plows, the salt spreaders, and you're going to be more available places to stop, park, eat, use the bathroom. So that's the advantage when you're on the main roads. Now sometimes these shippers or receivers, they're off the beaten path, so you got to take some roads that it may be one lane each direction. And in the wintertime, guys, that is the most dangerous. If you got to do something like that, try to get yourself a good night's sleep, because driving at night, especially if there's flurries, you can't see the separation of the lanes. You won't be able to see the dashes or the double yellow line, and that could lead to a possible head-on collision if there's no divider in the road. Fortunately, right now, we're in a 2-lane highways each side, so it's actually 4 lanes. But again, constantly scanning, seeing the road conditions, weather conditions. It's a little bit hard with the temperature. My gauge right now been acting up a little bit on the dash, so it's not telling me what the temperature is. But what I do is I use my phone. I update it. It updates every hour, so it kind of gets me close to what the temperature would be off one of the widgets on the homepage. Brake lights, I'm going to cover mine. We're going downhill. You know, again, refrain from using the Jake brake. Refrain from using cruise control. You don't want to jam the brakes hard. You don't want to turn the wheel hard. You don't want to make close turns. Take everything as wide as possible. Use up as much real estate as you can. Because again, when things are snow covered, the shoulder is, you don't know what's there. You don't know if there's a drain, if there's a missing manhole cover, is there a huge pothole, is there a sinkhole? You know, just, you have to be smart about it, you know. I used to work for another boss, and this guy was like always cracking a whip on me and everything like that, you know. And it was winter time and it was bad weather, and he didn't care. He was like, listen, I want you to keep driving. He says, I don't care if it's 20 or 25 miles an hour on the highway, just keep driving. Eventually you're going to get out of it. He was right about that, but I just didn't feel comfortable, driving in those weather conditions. And because you might be driving for 3-4 hours straight, you're straining your eyes, because if it's during the day, the sun reflects off the snow, so you get hit with the sun twice directly to your eyes, and then the reflection that's bouncing off the snow. So you want to make sure you got good eyewear. You know, I have night vision lenses that it's pretty good to help deflect some of the sun's powerful rays, whatever you want to call it. So you want to invest in good glasses. I got more than one pair for different. I have bifocals, so if I need to see the GPS or something while I'm driving, I don't have to switch glasses. That's pretty cool. You know, and what I would suggest is when you get a favorite pair and you really like and you're using them, guys, buy a second or third pair, because eventually you're going to lose them. It's probably going to break. And now, yeah, you could order some on Amazon, but it might take a half a day or two before you get them. You know, I've seen a lot of sellers on Amazon. They got some really cool glasses I want to buy, and they don't ship to the Amazon locker. So I'm gonna wait weeks and months at a time from out of Tampa. So I haven't been in Tampa in almost 4 months. So I know I got some mail stacked up there. So gotta check up on that shit. So another thing, guys, with the New Year's around, for you guys that are forgetting and not thinking about it, check up on your IFTA fuel tax stickers. The fuel tax, the stickers that go on the outside of your truck. You should have 2 of them. I think they allow you to the end of January, and what'll happen is they're going to be pulling you in at the DOT scales looking for that. So they may focus on just that. So if you don't have it, they may pull you in, question you, and then next thing you know, you're getting DOT'd and having an inspection, level 1, level 2, level 3, getting your logbook audited. So you can avoid all that. Make sure your paperwork's up to date. Your insurance card, if you don't remember the last time you checked it, go ahead and check your book. When you shut down at night or early in the morning, make sure your inspections on both your truck and trailer, because a lot of times people get them done at different times. So one may expire at one time and you get it done and you kind of forget about it because you recently got your trailer done, but you got to follow up with the truck inspection as well. So that's what I got to say on that. So the lane looks pretty clear. If you can look, it seems really, really dry. That's good. They must have dropped some salt on here, or just the continuous traffic is drying up whatever moisture was there. Again, you want to make sure you do a good pre-trip. Check all your lights. Check your tires. Check for air leaks, your mud flaps. You know, you want to make sure your batteries are, and your flashlights are good. I change them every couple months, whether they're working or not. I buy the multi-packs from Walmart, and I buy the AAAs, and I also buy the AA's because I got remotes and stuff that I use, my mouse for my laptop. So you want to always have good batteries and have extra flashlights just in case you drop one real hard. You know, it may stop working. Maybe you cracked the bulb. So you want to have multiple flashlights so you're good. When it comes to winter season also, I like to have extra tissue boxes. So I keep one by my sleeper bed at night. I got another one up here. I'll usually buy the 4-pack from Walmart. Gosh, I don't know, $6-7 now. and you got 4 of them, and you're good. Clean your glasses with them if you're using them for your sunglasses. Blow your nose. Sometimes it's good to get the one with the aloe on it. So in the wintertime, if you get a little cold and you're using too many tissues, you can burn your nose a little bit by keep rubbing the tissue on it. What I do is I don't use my refrigerator. I actually unplugged and turned it off. This way it doesn't drain the battery. I had an issue about a week ago that I finally got resolved, and it's been working real good. Again, I removed the truck batteries, all 4 of them. I brought them to the local auto parts store, and I had them recharged and filled up the battery acid on them. And I'll tell you, man, I haven't had an issue since. Now, I was told that these batteries, all 4 of them, were replaced by the previous driver when I got in here. So there should be another 6 months to maybe a year life out of them. Batteries usually don't last that long because if you got any type of issue, a short or something, it's going to lower the lifespan on the batteries. Anyway, I know we've been on here a while now. I don't mind you. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I'm not being annoying. So again, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope your Christmas was good. I hope you guys have been thinking about doing some New Year's resolutions, and go for it. Do 10 or 20 of them. Maybe you're not going to keep them all, but it keeps the dream alive. You want to better yourself. Got a bunch of yellow lights up here. It's making me think that those are the snow plow. I could hear some crunching on a window. That means they're dropping those chunks of salt. It's kind of weird how they're all in the middle left lane. So I like what they do upstate New York. I don't know where else they may or may not do this. I don't know if they do it on Long Island too. But what they do is whenever they plow the snow, they may do this in Virginia and in Pennsylvania. They run plows consecutively right next or right behind each other. So what they'll do is they'll have 4 or 5 plows, maybe 3, and they'll plow 3 or 4 lanes at the same time, one right after the other, so they could clear a wider path more quicker that way. Now, this guy is dropping salt. He's in the middle lane. He's trying to do his business. And he's got trucks passing him from the right and cars passing him from the left. Going over the little overpass, but the work that they do now will pay benefits to the people traveling later tonight. Stuff won't freeze. Some states don't believe in dropping salt like that. They'll either do like a liquid composite of some chemicals that it reacts when the water or ice, and kind of like starts a chemical reaction to break up the ice. Now, maybe it works that way, maybe it doesn't. So I don't want to say it wrong, but don't chew me up alive here. Just they use a liquid, they spread it on hours ahead of time. It somewhat dries in the pavement, and again it reacts when the ground is wet and freezing temperatures. Now, other states, what they do is they don't believe in salt or chemicals, and they'll go ahead and drop like sand or dirt. It gets dirt on the roads. This way, they're kind of being like somewhat organic. And whenever there's a runoff into the side of the road, the dirt is less harmful because it's natural. than the salt that runs in there, and you have some of the metal signs that are going in the ground, maybe some of the mediums, the shoulders, the bumper guards there may start to rust. So it all goes hand in hand. Well, it says welcome to Tennessee. All right, road's pretty good so far. Try to get some more miles under the belt. I just don't feel like dealing with traffic. Here's a nice rest area here. Looks like there's still parking available, so that's good. It's all indication, because when these rest areas are full, it gives you an indication that possibly the truck stops can be full as well. Just getting the beginning of Tennessee here. A lot of stores here, man. You need to do some shopping. That's pretty good. Now with all that dried salt on my windows, I'm gonna have to wash the windows probably for tomorrow's drive. I won't so much tonight because it's gonna get back on there, but my windshield's clean. Oh, we're losing this left lane. So we'll switch on over, get this commercial truck in the right lane. You don't want to be impeding traffic. So I really hope everything's going good. We've been chit-chatting here, shooting the breeze for 51 minutes. I feel nice. One of my New Year's resolutions, by the way, is to try to cut out diet soda. I haven't had any so far. And what I did do is get unsweetened tea. But I did get a couple beverages that the zero sugar, which is kind of the same shit, but with the Powerade and Gatorade. So I got myself a little electrolytes. Looks like those lights are getting a little bit bright up there, so it's making seeing the road a little harder for you guys. Apologize with that. Sometimes it's the opposite traffic, or driving around with the high beams on, and that's not cool. That's another, how can I say, pet peeve of mine. So drivers that drive without their lights on at night or in poor weather, and then the drivers who drive with those high beams on. You know, I've been seeing a lot of more manufacturers on the new pickup trucks and some of the semis. They got those bright, powerful lights. And some of these guys, some Jeeps and stuff, they got those added fog lights and grill lights. They're like spotlights and stuff. I mean, to me, it's not necessary like that. Now, if you're going off-roading, it's one thing, because, you know, there's not a lot of lights when you're going off-roading, so that's fully understandable. When you're on a regular road, you got your high beams on, your fog lights on, and there's nothing wrong with the weather. You know, it's a little bit too much. I think you should get fined for that, because if you get fined, you know, you won't do it. But sometimes people got it set up automatically to come on, and it shouldn't be. You know, we got smartphones. You should have smart cars to realize what the temperature is. It should also know if it's raining, because you have some cars that the wipers come on automatically, you know, and that kind of stuff. But if the temperatures are normal and there's no pending weather coming in, or you're on roads that have plenty of street lighting, shouldn't have that. I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but not at the expense of blinding another driver, which may cause that guy an accident, run off the road. You know, he may not see a deer on the side. He may swerve. So just something to think about, you know. But I was telling you about part of my New Year's resolution about kicking, see how far I'm going to go, not having any diet soda. I did have a... my light on back there. I want to make sure I have that off. Don't want to drain the battery. But I had one of those energy drinks from Arizona. I really love. It's amazing, man. They've been with those 30 some ounce cans for about 30 years now. More than 30 years, because it was the 90s. So it's probably close to 40 years. And let me tell you, some places you still can catch them for 99 cents. I know that Arizona like to sell them for 99 cents, but some of these other bottling companies have something similar size, and they increase the price so the store can make more profit. So, you know, Arizona's a little stuck to try to bump up the price a little bit. But for 40 years, man, I just can't believe 40 years it's been like $1. It's one of the best bargains in the iced tea market. Remember how popular Snapple iced tea used to be? Wow. They had, I think, the sponsor's name, the girl, well, her name was Wendy, and I think they tried bringing her back again, like 10 years ago or something like that. She wasn't a sponsor, she was a spokesperson. That's one good thing about making these videos. It helps with my speech, because driving by myself, don't get to talk to myself too much, you know? Sometimes I find myself telling me, shut the fuck up. So I gotta be quiet, right? I don't want to argue with myself. Guys, I'm joking, please. Sometimes the noise of these wheels turning, all that rubber, 18 wheels of rubber, those noises turn into voices in my head. Man, I'm really glad that I decided so far to leave Witherville, BA, Virginia. But I used to really be really good and on top of watching the weather every morning and stuff. And I don't know, man. Things have changed. Getting a little procrastinating, complacent and stuff. And I guess after like 4 months on the road, it wears on you. And you really need to take a break to come back fresh. So I'm going to use the excuse of the new year and try to beat my lazy ass out of it a little bit. I've been thinking about getting a new phone. I just recently got the Razr Plus a few months back, and I'm on a promotion where I've been paying like an extra $20 a month, and they call it Next Up. So I can get any phone, and they won't charge me a down payment. So I'm thinking about getting that Samsung Fold 6. It's like almost a $2,000 phone. If I can get a trade-in on that phone, it would be, that would give me about $1,000 off. Or utilize the that $20 a month payment I've been doing, and they won't charge me a down payment, but I'll be paying the full price. Something like that. So I gotta weigh the options to see which way comes out cheaper. They never really give you the phone for the cheaper price. They tell you they will, but what they'll do is they reverse credit your phone. So the longer you stay with them, the more you get that sale price back. So if you just get the phone and then you hightail it out, you're going to be on the hook for paying the price of that phone. So that's why if I go ahead and buy a used phone and trade it in, that would bring the phone price down to about $1,000. So I think that's kind of like the way to go. It's still windy out there. I can feel it. I can start to hear. I'm gonna crack the windows a little. I'm sure you guys can hear that. But the roads are a lot clearer, drier. It stopped snowing. It was like snow on, snow off, snow on, snow off. Switch lanes here. I don't want to impede traffic. That looks like a Cadillac Escalade SUV. Those long taillights. It's nice, you can see it far, but man, if you're not good at backing up and you bump into things, man, those things are like one piece, I believe, and that can be real expensive. They look like Star Wars lightsabers. We'll get close to it and you'll see exactly what I mean if you don't know what I'm talking about. The Cadillac SUV Escalade. Johnson City, we're 20 miles away. Let's see what the message says here. No wide loads. I-26 East wide load detour. Okay, that stuff is about that recent few months back. They had that I guess hurricane come through here, dump all that rain and the rainstorms. So a lot of the stuff on the mountainside, kind of like they had mudslides and trees and falling, and they have to redo all that situation. So they're gonna have to clear that up. So they've been having the road shut down. Gosh, it feels like 4 months, but I'm gonna say at least 2 months that I know of, maybe 3 months. So you want to be real careful, especially if you're a company driver and you're forced dispatch, because those loads will pay more for the company, and they're going to maybe detour those loads to you, and then you got to do all that extra mileage. I mean, you do get paid mileage, but it's really out of your way. Sometimes drivers get cheated out of it because they won't say nothing. And they don't realize how much more miles they're going, because they'll just put the address in the GPS and then find out about the detour and not paying attention, and you lose money. You're helping a company make more money because they're getting extra pay for that inconvenience, and they may not be trickling it down to you. Okay, here's that vehicle in front of me right now. I'm switching lanes. That is a Cadillac Escalade, like I said. I'll get a little closer up on it, and then you can see those long, they look like neon, LED neon. Again, they look like two lightsabers from the Star Wars movies. That's this vehicle just to the right of me. Oh, that looks real nice. He's jamming on the brakes, so you saw exactly. So now I can be a little bit more relaxed, because no moisture to worry about right now. Again, we're going to have to drive a little bit west on 40 to get to Knoxville. So we're still at 81, so 40 should be coming up. To the Knoxville. Now it is Friday. Keep in mind we're going to have after New Year's traffic, regular Friday traffic, coupled with people who traveled for the holidays getting back, maybe still on vacation. Oh, come on, man! You're gonna come right in front of me? You're gonna fucking come right in front of me? Look at this fucking moron. Okay? You're gonna come right in front of me, right? Right fucking in front of me. Speed up to get in front of me. Yeah, now you're gonna switch? Whoa. You're this fucking guy. Again, remember I told you about having that cushion move. This guy's trying to make a right. I just realized how dangerous this right turn is. That's why right turn should be in the beginning of the interchange, not after. This way you get that traffic off the road, the on-ramp. They have the off-ramp after you pass the overpass, which is stupid. That was a quick reaction on my part. You never know. And usually throughout the day, you probably, I'm throwing it out there, you probably have 10 to 12 either panic stops or what the fuck, or getting cut off, or people cutting in front of you, cutting you off, or running the red light, or merging in their traffic. So you usually get at least once an hour kind of deal. So if you're driving 10 hours or so, you average about a dozen of them. Some days, if it's heavy traffic or the city that you're going through, you could probably quadruple that number. Trucks going a little bit slower. We went up a little slight incline. Going to respect that, keep the distance the same. Got a few cars passing me from the left, and this is one of the last ones. So what I'll go ahead and do is I got an incline now, going uphill now. So that kind of like slows my roll. With that truck, he doesn't look like he's not attacking that hill really good. So I may decide to switch lanes and overtake him. this idiot in between both trucks on the right side. He's kind of riding the bumper of that truck ahead. Not too smart. You got some people, man, that'll want to try to do like NASCAR racing and do drafting, get better fuel mileage and that kind of stuff. But sometimes they're so fixated, they're more comfortable driving, focus on the back bumper of that truck, of the trailer of the truck, and they don't have to do thinking. Because to a certain extent, there is a level of safety of being behind a trailer like that, but not for long term, because rocks can kick up, that truck may stop short, and sometimes the trailer lights are not working, or there may be a sudden change of speed, such as going uphill, and that driver may not be paying attention, and he might be trying to use the situation of being complacent behind that trailer to text, be on the phone, eating. I've seen people reading books or looking in the map, just or looking at the GPS, and those few seconds that they lose of concentration and not being focused, next thing you know, they're underneath the back of that trailer. And a lot of times it's fatality. That metal DOT rear trailer bumper doesn't give too much. So it's like two axes on each side, man. It'll really fuck up a car, do some serious damage. Again, we're on a turn here. Need to check my brakes a little bit, cover that, heat them up a little bit. I really don't like doing stuff on a turn, and I don't like when other vehicles, such as big trucks, try to overtake on a turn. And the wind's pretty strong. So probably maybe tomorrow, Sunday or Monday, I don't want to wait too long. I'd like to hit Walmart. I used to have a good ritual where whenever I get paid, I go hit the Walmart and I buy myself, treat myself to some stuff. When a vehicle passes you on the right, sometimes that's an indication that you are in the wrong lane. So that's telling me I need to be in the right lane, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this one car up there and then switch lanes because he's driving a little bit slower. Some serious wind. Now this guy's trying to pass me. He's like being misjudged. Past him, and then we started going uphill, so I lost a little bit of momentum. That's why I try not to switch lanes too quick. Throw your turn signal on, look in the mirrors, look both mirrors, right and left, top and bottom ones. Look in your hood mirrors as well. it gets monotonous driving sometimes. We're doing all this, so that's why I try not to switch lanes much. When I'm switching lanes, like right now, I'm looking in my mirror. I got no car in there, okay? Or sometimes I'll focus on one car in the mirror, and if they're passing me, or if I'm passing them, I'll use them as kind of like cover. And then switch. Man, camera looks, video looks pretty good. It's nice when there's no oncoming traffic. This probably would have been a good live video. So if you guys got any questions or something, put it up in the comment section later on when I stop driving, either today or tomorrow. I'll take a look at them. I'll respond back, and maybe we got some guys that are interested or got questions about driving a truck, and maybe I could be helpful with some information. I'll tell you though, I would recommend driving a truck to people, especially young people. It's a lot to learn, but when you're younger, you're more trainable. So, again, somebody's trying to pass me from the right. Pickup truck. So you're more adaptable and be able to I don't want to say brainwashed, but trained how to do things the right way. Sometimes if you're an old timer and you start wanting to get into something a little bit later in your career, you're so used to dealing with something a certain way, and if there's an association like driving a truck, you can kind of associate with driving a car. So if you drove a car a certain way and you're a tailgater and you're like running red, yellow lights or making U-turns and that kind of stuff, those are some bad habits to have if you're planning to drive a truck. Maybe you missed an exit and you want to back up to go get that exit. Maybe in a car it doesn't seem like a bad idea, but trust me, in a big truck, making a U-turn, you can decapitate people who run under your trailer. And a lot of times reaction, what I like to say is driving a truck is like riding an elephant. You're big, bad, everybody sees you and stuff, but everybody's going to kind of test you. Oh, can I get in front of them? Can I make this right turn before they catch up on me? They're not running so fast, or they think you can stop on a dime, which you can't. That's really, really bad. Now this guy, he didn't do a bad job of making sure he cleared me before he switched lanes. It's like some type of Honda or Mazda. And I don't mind, that's respectful. It gives me a chance to check my mirrors in case there's something on the road, I need to switch lanes. So pretty good. So I don't know, guys. I think we had a real good conversation here. I hope you guys are able to learn something. And like I said, driving a truck, I would recommend it. There's good money. Now, there may not be in the beginning because you have to gain your experience. Doesn't mean you won't be getting paid, but you're not going to make the high money. You're not going to be able to bang out all the high mile loads, because once you get experience, then you start learning which lanes are profitable, which loads are more better to take, and you got to see what your endurance is. Maybe you're a guy that every half an hour, every hour, 2 hours, you got to stop. That's why I strongly suggest get yourself a good phone that has a good battery. Get yourself a good Bluetooth, and you can talk hand-free. That'll entertain. If you get music, you can Bluetooth with the stereo of the car or truck, and it's really good. There's times I may listen to some YouTube stuff. I have it hooked up. I don't have to watch it, but I can listen to it. It may even be a movie that I've watched already before that I just want to listen to. I'm a listener. I'm a subscriber to satellite radio, Sirius XM radio, and I love listening to Howard Stern. I think it's very entertaining. He's off the wall sometimes, can be really disgusting. But the thing is, we're out here so many hours a day. You need to be entertained. You don't want to be out here bored. If you're out here bored, you're going to start, not following the rules of the law of road, put other people in jeopardy. Other people may put you in jeopardy. I don't know why this one's closed. All the parking spots there are closed. But I think it's a great experience, learning the roads, learning to see, sightseeing, and to me it feels like I'm a kid in school, and we're not in school. We're at a class on a school field trip. So just so much fun for me. And then you get paid on top of that, eating different places, and just if you got family spread across the United States, it's a good way to see them, visit them, take time off in those cities. You know what I mean? So very good, very good. There's a lot of drivers, they'll bring their PlayStation out here. They'll start playing some video games and that kind of stuff. I thought about it. I used to be real bad when I had the TV. I'd stay up longer than I needed to be, not get the rest. And now with the cell phone and YouTube and movies on your phone, the same thing can happen. So I got a nice 43-inch screen TV I picked up from Best Buy a few months back, and I'm just not watching it like I used to. So I want to maybe get back into that because, in the morning when I wake up, I used to turn on the Weather Channel. So I want to be able to do that, So watch it, be informed, know the traffic, weather, and the news. So, somebody's calling. All right, we're gonna end it, guys. Okay.